Ladies and gentlemen, this first bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds of K1 kickboxing in the bantamweight division. Brought to you tonight by Patton Construction and Tony Borgfield Drywall and Painting. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the Cape Electrical blue corner. This Muay Thai kickboxer stands 5'11", weighed in 130.5 pounds. He holds an amateur kickboxing record, 3 wins, 4 defeats. Representing Vinci Martial Arts, fighting out of Norris City, Illinois, Stryder, the Reaper, Ramsey. His opponent across the Player 1 cage, fighting out of the Cape Electrical red corner, is a Muay Thai kickboxer standing 5'8", weighed in 125.4 pounds. He holds a kickboxing record, 2 wins, 0 defeats. Representing War Eagle Fight Team, fighting out of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, Agustin Lopez. Your referee in charge of the action, Josh Stewart.
All right, boys, we're about to kick this off.
Waiting for that cage door to close, and we are underway here at Synergy at Cage of Honor 92.
All right, bell rang, let's go.
Oh, good check. Oh, caught him with a counter straight.
Southpaw.
Oh, nice head
that
kick.
connected, absolutely.
Well, we got the classic undefeated fighter against experienced.
And both of them looking to land big shots, and it's obvious.
Southpaw versus Orthodox matchup here tonight.
That's usually
Ooh,
usually yields a lot of power.
I'll be honest with you, just with that hook kick you just saw, that's the experience right there, to throw that in front of all these people.
Ramsey's throwing some nice combos. The only problem is that when he's done with the combos, he's pausing a second, and Lopez is coming in with a power shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Stryder Ramsey on the gas early, but as you said, just kind of watching his action work afterwards, lands a big head kick to close it out, that combination.
Yeah, he definitely had Lopez on his feet there for a second.
That's one thing that I'd love to see, is guys that just absolutely want to land with knockout power. It makes for an exciting fight.
Ramsey likes kicking, and it looks like he has a bit of a traditional background. He does a lot of question mark kicks, teep kicks. So where Lopez looks like a little more of your Muay Thai. That's a slip.
Finding home for that right hand is Agustin Lopez over and over. Doing a good job getting his lead foot outside of Stryder Ramsey's.
Exactly, that's what you got to do when you're opposites. And like I said, usually then there's a lot of power shots thrown.
Ooh, closed it off here. Was Agustin Lopez for just a second. Switches stance after eating that big shot, though.
I think you nailed that, Justin. I mean, Augustin's just consistently finding a home for that right hand, and that big right hand at that.
Ooh, no.
But the volume is going to go to Stryder all day here.
The thing is, it looked like by the end of that round, it looked like Lopez lost some confidence. He started backing off a little bit. But I do think Lopez is hitting the harder shots, but again, like you guys said, Ramsey's definitely got the punches and bunches going. Let's see how they make adjustments. Both young in their career, so you never know how they'll take the adjustments.
Stryder Ramsey not electing to take the stool in between rounds here.
That's a classic kickboxing move. Just keep those legs flowing so that way they don't tighten up on you.
None of that lactic acid building up when you sit down and take a break for a second.
Nothing's worse than watching a fighter take a bunch of leg damage and then sit down and you're like, you're going to regret that. You're going to regret that. Josh Stewart on it.
Round 2 here.
We got good refs tonight. Tim Francis, Josh Stewart.
I know Agustin pretty well, and with Stryder having 7 fights, we can expect good cardio from both these guys, so I don't think we're going to see anything come off the gas here.
Look at the right eye of Agustin Lopez starting to slow up just a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a nice little rabbit under there. Good guy there. Good eye there, Justin. Yeah, you got to wonder if that's going to start affecting the vision. And that's not good since he's fighting a southpaw. That's all the power side. You do not want to eat a hook from there.
Ooh, as you say that, just lands.
And if we're just looking at the two gentlemen, I mean, Stryder looks like the bigger guy here. I mean,
that's what we talked about, you know, even though the records look different. Obviously, Ramsey probably had some tough competition. The experience is on his side. And if Lopez is, you know, 2-0, maybe he hasn't had that test yet. And so we got to see if he can fold and not break.
Extremely comfortable under fire is Stryder Ramsey. But Agustin Lopez not backing down for a second. He's been the one who's came forward in most of these exchanges throughout the entire fight.
Absolutely.
War Eagle never fails as far as all of their fighters to be good pressure. Great striking going on in that gym. So
another slip.
Doesn't shock me that Agustin wants to be the forward pressure here, but Stryder's clearly prepared, and he's landed big shots of his own.
I've been impressed with Ramsey's kick checking also.
Yeah, I don't see much getting through from Agustin right now as far as offense, to be honest with you. I mean, Stryder's done well. The occasional big counter from Agustin, but other than that, Stryder seems to be landing a little more consistently here.
Yeah, Ramsey keeps eating those. It's the only thing I don't like about what he's doing right now is he's not really setting the kick up, and that overhand right's been there. Ooh, there you go. He said, I can throw spin kicks too.
Big right hand right there at the end of the round from Agustin. That's what we've seen all fight, and I think maybe he should look to lean on it a little bit here in the last round. Make sure that straight right's coming out more consistently at the end of combinations. He's seen it's worked. Let's see it a little more often.
That's a good point. Maybe, you know, maybe instead of coming forward, maybe he sits for a counter. Especially since we've noticed that Ramsey's just throwing anyway. He's not slowing down any.
Yeah, Ramsey's been forwards and backwards this whole fight, and he's throwing with volume on both ends of that. I mean,
yeah.
And
again, I think that plays to experience, like you said.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the more comfortable fighter in there tonight, you know. And a lot of times when you see guys taking bigger risks like that, throwing empty kicks, it really speaks to the level of their comfortability and how they feel against their opponent in there.
Well, again, you know, Lopez, again, undefeated fighter. He ran into a wall, and he may not be used to that. So now he just has to push through and show some growth. He says his eye is okay. Good body kick there. Oh, good sweep.
Big sweep.
That was a good one.
Wow.
Ramsey's starting to telegraph a little bit now. This is where Lopez needs to look at that counter and hit that power.
Yeah, almost getting a little too comfortable with the success he had so far.
Oh, he's got a little jumping kick there.
You know, a lot of these kicks, you know, especially the empty ones, just landed on the edge of the gloves, but the sound is making it sound like they're scoring very well.
Yeah, a lot of foot kicks. They don't hurt as bad as that shin. And you're right, they sound a lot worse though. When you hear that dead thud, that's when you know it's a it's a solid shot.
Something Augustin's clearly done very well this fight, though, is keep that distance closed. As many kicks as you've seen Stryder try to throw, it just gets harder and harder when that gap is so short.
That's it. But you notice though, Ramsey's finding clever ways to still throw those kicks.
Big left hand got through on Ramsey right there, though, during that exchange.
Both guys just biting down here as we close in on round number 3 of our first bout of the evening.
In goes Agustin.
I like this for Lopez. I like him pushing him against the cage like that, keeping those kicks at bay, and then being able to throw off his power. Oh, nice front kick.
He's got to start to make it a little dirtier. Wow.
Agreed, yeah.
Stryder Ramsey with a big hook kick off the break.
Everything looked good for Stryder in that exchange right there, to be honest.
Oh, there we go.
But another right hand from Agustin.
Lopez keeps telegraphing that roundhouse.
You hear both corners going crazy, saying both fighters got to want it, but they're right. We're coming down to decision.
Good first fight, yeah. What do you guys think?
Nice little scrap here to kick off the card at the 92nd rendition of Cage of Honor.
That's a tough call. What do you guys think?
I'm throwing it to you.
I'm
always bad at judging kickboxing.
What do you think, Lance?
What do I think?
It was a great fight is what I think.
It was a great fight. I'm leaning Ramsey, but again, I'm not great at judging kickboxing, so I'm going to be straight up with that.
I just got to go with, neither fighter looks too damaged. One landed a little bit more volume.
I would argue, Lopez's eye looks pretty good.
Lopez's eye's got a whisker on it. And additionally, Stryder probably landed a little bit more volume there.
That's what I was thinking, and I know like a lot of times, points, it just depends how they score. I know a power shot should equal more, but again, if you're going by damage, Lopez does have the eye. I think Ramsey landed more shots. What do you think, Justin?
I think even though Agustin Lopez was the one who was coming forward, initiating the pressure most of the night, Stryder Ramsey showed great ring generalship. The ability to counter-strike on the end of the punches, using those empty kicks, even at range, to land these big shots. I'd be hard-pressed to believe the decision goes any other way but to Stryder Ramsey.
So we're all going to look bad if it does.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of amateur kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. One judge scores this bout 29-28 Ramsey. One judge scores this bout 29-28 Lopez. And your third judge scores this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Stryder the Reaper Ramsey.
So we got the call right. A great fight, obviously, going to split decision.
No, yeah, it was a great fight from both guys.
Well, I think, like Justin said, Ramsey he looked like he had the more experience in there.
He also just looks a little bit bigger.
That's true.
We don't know what weight all of his fights have been at. This guy's been trying to figure it out. That's, again, we said it at the very beginning. That's